Twitter political predictions. Do you believe the Twitter political predictions are just a hoax and we should pay attention to them? Looks like you are unfamiliar with the power of this amazing tool. These predictions are making a significant impact on the voters. These predictions change the voters' opinion throughout the world. And they're going to make a great contribution in the US 2020 election as well. The world politicians are now convinced that they cannot move ahead without these predictions. Therefore, they're now setting their future campaigns based on these predictions. In this article, we'll first talk about how you can find Twitter political predictions, and then we'll talk about how politicians use these predictions for their campaigns. So, let's get started. Normally, the users follow the latest trends to stay aware of what's happening in local politics. They set the predictions after monitoring these trends for a few months. But you can easily find these predictions by following the top influencers in your area. You need to follow the local politicians and Twitter journalists to keep an eye on what they're talking about. You should also follow the firms that carry out surveys on a quarterly basis. The benefit of following these firms is that you can check the performances of different political parties every few months. And it doesn't take a lot of time to collect the data because these firms have already done all the effort for you. We also recommend searching for relevant hashtags and keywords if you want to stay aware of what's happening in local politics. Twitter search engine usually shows results from all over the world when you search for a keyword or hashtag. Therefore, you should use the advanced search feature to find results for your local city/county. As we've mentioned above, the politicians are now seriously concerned about Twitter political predictions, and they are now using these predictions for their benefit. So, let's dive into the details of how politicians are taking advantage of these predictions. Setting up future campaigns. The politicians need to build a solid plan for their election campaigns. And the data they can collect with Twitter political predictions is quite valuable. They basically use this data to decide whether they should follow an aggressive or lenient approach for their political campaigns. They also use these predictions to pinpoint the areas that require more attention. It gives them the opportunity to improve their political campaign. Changing the public's opinion. It's really important to change the opinion of voters if the predictions aren't in your favor. The benefit of Twitter political predictions is that they play the role of an instant alert for you. If the politicians find that they're losing reputation over Twitter, they start looking for reasons that are damaging their position. Once they've found the problem, they start working on changing the opinion of locals, as it helps with ensuring their success. It's important for all the politicians to keep a sharp eye on Twitter political predictions, otherwise, they won't be able to tackle the situation on time.